The final thing we've got here is perhaps the worst arrow I've ever drawn on the board, but there we go. Is a trading stop. Great one, this, for getting involved. If you're on a trend, you know, how far is it going to go? I'm going to hold it longer. Do I want to keep it? When I want to close it? We've all been there, that little psychology battle in the head saying, you know, hold on to it, you're on the end of a trend move. The other one's saying, well, listen, you're up 150 ticks, you know, it's a good profit, that, take it. Yeah, but no, I'm just getting started. This is a good move, it could go. That kind of thing. You get that yin yang in your head. We've all been there if we've been trading quite actively. So let's clear this off as well. So we can use something like a moving average. A moving average is a very, very simple way to do it. And we know what a moving average is, guys. It's just literally something that's going to follow the price up. The shorter the moving average, the faster the moving average. Let's say that's our price. If we're using a 5 period, it's going to end up, you know, really hugging the price like this. 20 period is going to be a broader, 50, 100, that kind of thing. So we can choose the moving average based on how tight we want to have it, how tight we want to have our stop ratcheting up, or, you know, if we want to give it a bit more room to wiggle. So one thing that I know some people do is they use a lower price moving average, or a lower frequency moving average as the price is in the beginning of the trade. But then as the trade kind of goes their way, they get a day or two under the belt, then they switch to a longer period moving average, like 100, maybe 100, maybe a bit too wide on a swing, but you know, something like that, maybe a 50 period, something like that, maybe a 20 period, and give it a little bit more room. Once they've got some meat in the trade and it's almost in the cruise, if you like, they can back off a little bit and say, well, let me give it a little bit of room, and let me move down to something like a 50 period or a 20 period, and that keeps you in the trade, and you ultimately always know where you're going to come out as that goes up. But what you're doing is you're leaving stuff on the table. If it suddenly spikes up here, it's going to take a while for the moving average to come up, but it does mean that if it's a monster trend, you're going to be in it for a long time, which is great. Just a little tip from a psychological perspective with that is that the best way of looking, if you're looking at your P&L at the end of the day or intraday or whatever, and you're using moving average thing, don't look at your P&L. And this is a completely separate topic on its own, but it's just reminding me this process. Just calculate your P&L based on the price being at the moving average, because that is where you're locking in your profits. So you're not going to suddenly see it shooting off and saying, well, you know, I'm 10 grand up on this, oh, now I'm only 5 grand up, or whatever the numbers may be. The numbers are irrelevant, but you know, you're actually saying, well, actually I'm 5, you know, I'm 6, I'm 7 today, 7.95, you know, whatever it may be. And then it's much easier to cope with psychologically than it is to see it spiking up and thinking you're in a great profit. But actually the strategy you're using was a kind of moving average strategy. Final one, ratchet system. Very similar to moving average, but all you're doing here is you're kind of being a bit more discretionary. So as the price is going up and it's forming some support, you're putting your stop up to this level under the support. It goes up again, it sort of messes around a bit, maybe, you know, it finds a bit of support. Since when does the market do that? Anyway, you get the idea. This is where your support would be, and then again you're moving your stop up based on where the support is. Now you're going to get pinged at some point, unless you're on, again, caught in a beautiful uptrend that just keeps going. You're going to get caught at some point, because even markets that are in trend are going to come back and retest through those levels. But it's a way of at least getting a little bit more meat, you know, rather than taking it out as soon as it breaks through a high. Let's say you're taking a breakout, you might let it do something first, let it find a bit of support, and then look for a little bit of leg higher. Those are great actually for if you're trading, you manage to get on the end of a trade from the low of the day, or around that kind of thing. You take a double bottom, you take a fake out, whatever it may be, pushes up, finds another level where it's happy to be at, and then goes again. You can then use your stop under that level, looking for a further target. So that's a good kind of way of doing it, ratcheting it up, because there's no point in having your stop right under that low. The thing's gone 80 ticks in your favour. You've got to kind of move at some point. And again, it comes down to the same old game, guys. Noise versus tightness of stop. There's no point in ratcheting it right out by price, because you're just going to get pinged on the slightest little move. Same, you know, there's no point having it too wide, because you're going to give back all the profit you've gained. So it's finding a happy medium. I wish I could give you a precise formula for it, but there isn't a precise formula. You've got to look at the type of market you're involved in, the volatility, the volume, the time of day, the price action at the moment, the price action before, your risk tolerance, your strategy, your premise, you know, what you want to achieve from the trade. Put that all together, put it in a big mixer, and out pops your stop. Anyway, hope this has been some use. See you in the next one.